Affordability is just part of the battle when it comes to keeping a roof over the heads of our neighbors.
NBC4 investigates Jamie Ostroff here to shed some light on another issue that's shutting some renters out of the market, Jamie, and that's even if they can pay in full.
Yeah, that's right. Get this. Nearly 31,000 evictions have just been filed in Columbus since March 15th, 2020. That's about when the pandemic started. Most of those evictions do get dismissed before they even need to be enforced. Now, while each one of those cases might tell a different story, many of those stories were due to unemployment during the pandemic. But the job market has improved significantly over the past year. People who were out of a job during the height of the pandemic are largely back at work. But even with that steady paycheck, just one eviction filing, even if that filing got dismissed by a judge, can follow a person for years to come. I first met Katrina Strong in spring of 2021. The single mom was out of work in order to take care of her youngest children who had to attend school virtually from their Whitehall home. Rental assistance payments from Impact Community Action kept the family afloat. Now,
I was able to return back to truck driving. The kids are doing great in school. I am so glad they're back in school because that has helped me to be able to go back to work.
Unfortunately for Strong, getting help with the rent didn't come without its challenges. Setting up payments led to what her landlord called miscommunications at the time.
He filed an eviction on me 2 times, and during the 2 times that he filed this eviction, he was waiting on a payment from Impact.
Both of those evictions were dismissed, and Strong's family got to stay in their home on month-to-month leases. Still, the ordeal put a strain on Strong's relationship with her landlord, who let her know he is declining to renew her lease. Strong found other homes that fit her budget, but there's a problem.
Even though these evictions have been dismissed because they were filed, a lot of people or a lot of realtors or private landlords or maybe even apartments, they won't even allow me to be into their habitat without that eviction being at least 7 years old.
So a lot of people think of an eviction as just an immediate crisis that puts a person's housing in jeopardy at that moment. But with the current rental housing market we have here in Columbus, we're really seeing sort of a lifetime of consequences due to eviction filings.
James Mackey is an attorney for the Legal Aid Society of Columbus. He told me he's seen situations like Strong's pretty often in recent months.
Right now, the rental housing stock is just such a tight market that landlords really have the ability to be picky about who they rent to. And that's created a whole industry devoted to tenant backgrounds.
Mackey says an eviction filing, regardless of its outcome, is public record for at least 7 years. Just one filing on a prospective tenant's background check is enough of a red flag for a landlord to move on to the next applicant. Mackey suggests trying to rent through a small private landlord who's easier to communicate with instead of a big leasing company. So far, Strong says she hasn't had much luck with that.
I feel like with COVID situations, I just feel like that should be thrown out. I believe that we should get a second chance.
I always tell people, the average homeless person in Columbus is not someone begging on the streets that we think of the stereotype. It's a working mother with children who has plenty of income for a rental housing, but has an eviction on her record and is struggling to find approval because of that.
I did speak today on the phone with someone who performs these tenant background checks for landlords. He told me every eviction does tell a different story. About 80 to 90% of filings are dismissed before they are enforced. A lot of that is because the tenant leaves before they are essentially forced out. Now, while it is possible to seal your eviction on the Franklin County Court's website, that still doesn't prevent someone from seeing that the eviction was filed. So it'll still follow you.